It's very common in our offices that patients will say, what nutrition do I need? If you go down the Rite Aid aisle or you go to a general nutrition, you will see hundreds of bottles of things and what's needed and what's not needed. So Dr. Jean and I developed what we felt is the 5 most important supplements that you should take. It's actually what I take. And
it's what me and my wife take.
Right, and it's just, this is the 5 most common things.
So basically, one thing that we're staying away from is we're not really giving supplements for certain conditions. These are supplements based on the AMA, American Medical Association guidelines of what they're recommending and what we see in our nutrition. And these are basically supplements everyone should be taking for general health, not so much to treat a certain condition. And
not only that, it's a very, very high-end level. The production is very high-end, and that's important because sometimes in the world of vitamins, you don't really know where, who's making it. And it's just a very, very trusted company that I like.
And these are all pharmaceutical grade, which is very important. The one thing I did want to mention, these are supplements to top off a good diet. So if you're just going to have some pizzas and burgers, really save your money on the supplements. It's like the last 10% of a good diet.
Okay,
so let's go through.
Yeah, let's go through the first one. So the first thing that we found to be most important is a multivitamin. And that's where you get into all of your A's, C's, and it's just a lot of minerals, things that might be missing in your diet that can just fill in.
So even with eating good foods nowadays, our soils become depleted and there's so many toxins in our air. It's nice just to fill in the gaps. And again, if you have a really good diet, this multivitamin's just going to help fill in the gaps. So what do we have for number 2?
The second thing that we have is fish oil. Now, fish oil is very important. As we know, it helps with cholesterol in the body, helps lower cholesterol. It's good for the blood. It's good for your skin. It's vital for your body. And really one of the most important supplements that should be taken.
And one thing I do see is you can actually get fish oil like 4 times the size of this in a jar that's like maybe a quarter of the price. So not that these are expensive, these are basically same price-wise as say a GNC or like a high good supplement store. But what makes this different is it's actually 5-star rated from the IFOS, which is the International Fish Oil Society, which I know sounds boring to you, but basically it's going to be super concentrated, and it also has what's called an enteric coating around it. So for any of you who've ever tried a fish oil where maybe you burp it up or can feel it, this is actually going to get all the way down through the stomach and actually all get digested.
Yeah, fish oil you have to be very careful about because fish oil can be produced very cheap. This is the reason why it's more expensive is because there is no mercury in it, and mercury can be a neurotoxin. So you have to have a very good quality fish oil.
And again, the reason we developed this Core 5 is to save you time from researching, or your aunt takes this, your uncle takes that. If you take these 5, you're going to have all your bases covered.
The next one that we get into is turmeric acid. Now, turmeric acid has been around for thousands and thousands of years. And turmeric acid in this mixture is combined with black pepper, and it's amazing for taking out joint swelling. So the pains that you have in your joints and muscles, the turmeric is amazing. It's also great for blood. It's an antioxidant. It is overall, for thousands of years, has been used for that with great results.
It's actually a spice they use a lot in Indian dishes.
Exactly.
You would probably need to have like a huge bottle just to get enough dose as in one pill. Because it's actually, even though it's called turmeric, it's actually, they've extracted curcumin out of the turmeric, and that's why this bottle is a lot smaller and it still gives a powerful punch.
The next thing that we have here is the antioxidants. Now, as we know, free radicals are all over the place, and what free radicals do is in the body they can start a reaction of cells going crazy, which is what's called cancer. So what we look at in an antioxidant is any way that we can fight any of these free radicals in the body, and that's what this is. It's devised to help with the free radicals.
And why the reason we chose this exact mixture, this is actually from a company in Europe. Europe is actually about 7 to 10 years ahead of America with their research with supplements. We're a lot more medicine based around here. But one really nice thing, it's made of broccoli extract, and it actually stays in your body for 3 days. So it's not something that's going to get flushed out. It's going to stay in your body for 3 days and actually kill all the free radicals.
And our last and final, and what I feel is very, very important, is a probiotic. Now, the probiotic that's utilized here is something, well, what a probiotic is, it actually helps with digestion all the way into your large intestine. And the reason why we went with this company and the probiotic itself is the probiotic is individually wrapped in foil. So each pill is individually sealed so it can't have oxygen, so that when you buy a big bottle, as soon as you open it, all the other probiotics start going bad. This way, everyone is very fresh and very high quality.
And if your digestion is not 100%, you're not even going to be able to absorb the nutrients in your everyday foods, let alone taking supplements. So the probiotic is one you should definitely be adding to your routines.